Hello everybody and welcome back once again to a review of the Health and Fitness Challenge. Yes, we are reviewing week 4, but more than that, we are reviewing the first half of the challenge because this is now the start of week 5. As soon as week 4 finished, it's an 8-week challenge, that marked the halfway point. So we're also going to look at reviewing the first half of the challenge to see how the whole of the first half has gone and see how that affects the second half as well. So this video is going to be about 20 minutes, more than likely. So bear with me on this one, okay? Grab yourself a cuppa and get yourself settled down. Okay, so because I was busy last week, couldn't bring you an interim update of the week, and therefore I've got 7 days to review. So I'm not going to give you the entirety of what happened with my food and exercise. I'll just give you some of the more interesting days in terms of what I had to eat and just give you the facts and figures, and we'll move on. Back normal service will be resumed as of this week as you're watching this. So Monday, September the 16th. Well, nothing really to report of massive interest on Monday. Did have a slightly different lunch than usual. Bought lunch for a change at work. Usually take my own lunch in. Had broccoli and cheese soup and a nice baguette sliced in half, tuna on and cheese on. Tuna and cheese baguette melty thing, technical term of course, with some broccoli and cheese soup. It was quite a nice lunch. A bit different from the norm. And I had a bit of an indulgent tea. Homemade chicken burger, southern fried chicken burger, gherkins, burger sauce, cheese in a bread bun with some homemade chips done in the air fryer. So they're not quite as unhealthy. So it was quite a nice tasty tea, a bit indulgent. And I treated myself during my morning break at work to a Kit Kat Chunky peanut butter Kit Kat Chunky, if you want to put it in that order. Very nice, one of my favourite chocolate bars, because I don't know if you noticed, but I do like peanut butter quite a bit. And so yeah, that was my little morning treat on a Monday morning. Start the week as you mean to go on. So that was a little bit of it was a multi-pack bar, so it was smaller than a full-size bar, so it was only 165 calories rather than 240 for a full-size bar. So you know, portion control and all that. Anyway, total calories for Monday was 2,042 consumed, 450 burnt off, so I was 198 calories under, bing, on Monday. Tuesday was going to be a red day. It was always going to be a red day, because I was going to Wetherspoons with my friend from London who came up for the week, and we were going to have a catch up. So I knew I was going to be drinking rum, and I knew I was going to be having my tea in the pub. So it was gonna be a red day. The question was, how much of a red day was it going to be? I had lasagna and half a garlic bread, half an 8-inch flat garlic bread. Not the most unhealthy of dishes on the menu, so I did very well there. Even better, I only had 2 double Morgan Spiceds with Pepsi in. Could have had 4 or 5. Usually sip them, usually knock them back whilst chatting away. Ooh, they go down so smooth. Before you know it, you've had 4 and you're away. No, I sip them. Mindful eating, mindful drinking. Sipping them, enjoying the conversation, enjoying my lasagna, sipped away, had my dinner, had my 2 rums. I was quite satisfied with that. And then my friend said, I'm not on a diet, I'm having a pudding. So I said, fancy halving that? So I had half a pudding as well. Cookie dough. Warm cookie dough sandwich with a salted caramel centre with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. It's one of the nicest puddings I've had for a long time. I've had it once before and thought the first time, this is delicious. Had it on Tuesday just to confirm, it's bloody delicious. Try it if you're ever in the vicinity of a Wetherspoons and you fancy a quick pudding. It is flipping gorgeous. 210 calories for half a portion. Well spent. It was so delightful. So 2,675 calories consumed on Tuesday and 500 burnt off from insanity. Sweat intervals meant that I was only 385 calories over target. Could have been far worse, so I did very well to limit my rums, very well to limit not having too unhealthy of a tea and only half a portion of a pudding. So did very well to rein that in. I was very pleased with myself and it was very satisfying. I was quite full after that little feast. Wednesday, I was working from home, made my peanut butter porridge for breakfast, had a lovely fish finger sandwich for lunch, and that was probably the highlight of my day, to be honest with you. played football for half an hour in the evening, burnt off 405 calories. So that meant that I was 37 calories under for the day, because I consumed only 2,158. So ding ding, that's a green day to make up a little bit for the Tuesday. Thursday, anything of note? Not really. I had a pretty tasty tea, minted lamb shoulder with some cheesy veg, and the highlight of the dinner was some mashed potatoes with some Philadelphia, garlic and herb Philadelphia mixed into the potatoes, a bit of butter as well, and some crispy bacon flaked in. Very tasty mashed potatoes indeed. Had to limit myself not to go too mad on the old potatoes there, but that was 828 calorie evening meal, and I do love lamb. Consumed 2,077 calories on Thursday, 311 burnt off through football, which meant I was 24 calories under. Bing, for Thursday. Friday, no presentations this week. Week off the presentation, so I was in the office doing my normal job, and there wasn't really anything to report. I had my evening meal on the stream. It was homemade chicken curry with some rice, and it was a very delicious curry. I'm struggling to remember what my mum said it was, but it was so bloody tasty. And then I had a bit of a treat on the stream as well. I had a Milky Way crispy roll with me Earl Grey. Consumed 2,170 calories on Friday, 400 burnt off through Insanity Tabata Strength, 20 calories under on Friday. Ding! That's 4 out of 5 green days. We move on to Saturday, which was a particularly busy day for me. I intended to do my workout, but did not literally get a chance to draw breath. Went out in the morning to take my car for a service in Bradford. Then went out for brunch with my mum whilst we were in Bradford, because after that she was taking me to Elland Road because I was watching Leeds United play football live for only the third time in my life. I was really looking forward to it. It was a beautiful sunny day, got to 23 degrees. Just a pity the game didn't go quite according to plan, despite the fact that we absolutely battered the opposition. Very frustrating, and that pretty much ruined my day because I was right bad mood. Then I had to come home, and then literally landed, had a cup of tea, had a breather, got the phone call, my car's now ready to pick up, so back to Bradford. Got caught in traffic because Bradford were playing football at home, so got caught in the traffic in Bradford. Then came home and literally jumped straight onto a stream of playing as a goose for a little bit, and then, to finish the night off, went to pick my mum up because she was going out for a friend's birthday. So she had a couple of drinks, so I had to go pick her up. She didn't want to get a taxi on the way home. So it's usually the parents that are the taxi service for the kids when the kids go out and get drunk. She wasn't drunk, but she had a couple. So it was my turn to book the taxi, so did that. So it was literally a non-stop Saturday, so I could not do any exercise. So I had to make sure that my Saturday eating habits were pretty much regimented to ensure that I didn't go too far over. But I managed to bring it in under 1,755 calories consumed, no calories burnt off, so I was under by 35 calories. For breakfast I had some fruit bread with some treacle on, or golden syrup rather. For lunch I had a 3-egg omelette with some bacon and cheese in. And for my evening meal, sausage and mash. Can't beat a bit of sausage and mash. I do like a bit of a hearty northern dinner. So that was it. And for a snack I had no snacks, I had no calories left. So I had to just have my cup of tea and that was it, nothing else with it. So 1,755 calories brought me in under with no exercise. Ding ding! 5 out of 6 green days. And we finish off the week with yesterday, Sunday. For breakfast, I didn't have a breakfast. I got up at 10 and I thought if I wait until 12, I can have my lunch, brunch if you want to call it. And then I'm playing football at 5, so I'll have a light snack in the afternoon around about 3 o'clock. And then just have my evening meal. So I've missed breakfast and that really helped to bring the calories under for the Sunday. So I didn't have any breakfast, had my brunch, which was a sausage sandwich. Had an afternoon snack whilst I was watching the Formula 1. I had a cup of tea with a Rice Krispie Square, little Rice Krispie Square cereal bar. And then my evening meal was a chicken dinner. Chicken, Yorkshire puddings, gravy, roast potatoes and veg. Very tasty, very hearty, very good indeed. Played football for 28 minutes, so burnt off 378 calories, consumed 1,802. And I also had the calories spare, because I skipped breakfast of course, to treat myself. At the start of the week I had it, and I had it at the end of the week. A peanut butter Kit Kat chunky with my cup of tea before bed. Why not? I had the calories to spare, and I fancied a little treat to finish the week off. So that was another bing green day. 1,424 net calories consumed yesterday. So it was some 300 and odd calories under target. So across the entire week, bing, 1,748 net calories on average. So I was about 42 calories under per day on average. So how did that transpire on the weigh-in? Well, looking across the 4 weeks, that was the highest average calorie intake per day across the 4 weeks, across the first half. So I was kind of thinking maybe a pound loss, but if I was to break even here, I wouldn't be too sad because we've had a really good first half so far. We could make it up in the second half, no problem. So I stepped on the scales this morning, 12 stone 9. I was 12 stone 11.2 last week. I'm 12 stone 9.2 this morning. 2 pounds lost. I was shocked. This is the first time I've stepped on the scales and been shocked. Did not expect to lose 2 pounds. Because I thought I've had quite an indulgent week. You know, peanut butter chunkies, I've had some burgers in there. You know, I've had Wetherspoon's, couple of bits of alcohol in there too. So I didn't know what to expect. But didn't expect £2 loss. So I'm very, very happy with that. So that brings us in now to a review of the first half as a collective whole for the challenge. Right then, so let's have a look first of all at the figures. My week 1 average was 1,498 net on average per day. My week 2 average was 1,658. My week 3 was 1,603, and my week just gone, as I said, was 1,748, which brings me in, if you look at each individual days and average them out, my average calorie intake for the day across the entire 28 days of the first half of the challenge is 1,634. So on average I'm eating 156 calories less than the target per day. So bing, I've come in under target across the entire first half of this challenge. So I'm really pleased with that. Even more pleasing when I look at the figures here is out of the 28 days I've only had 3 days off from exercise. So I've exercised either Insanity or football 25 days out of 28, which is also really, really good. That consistency is really working wonders. And I don't feel tired. Sometimes if you exercise too much, you can feel tired, leggy, you can feel a bit drained, you can maybe notice it in your football performance or whatever it might be. I've not felt any of that. I felt really, really good. So that is very pleasing. So the first half has gone really well, and not only that, but in the first 4 weeks I've actually surpassed the target that I set for myself in terms of the weight that I want to be for the entire 8 weeks. So I've already reached my target, you know, twice as quickly as I thought I was going to do. So that is also very good. Across the challenge so far I've lost 7 pounds, which is half a stone. So half a stone in 4 weeks. When I consider myself to be the bottom end of where I want to be right now, is quite an achievement. So this leads me on now to the second half and replanning and repurposing. So first of all, I hope that if you've been doing this from day one with me, I hope it's gone as well for you. Let me know how it has gone in the Discord or in the comments, you know. And now is the perfect time to replan and repurpose. So if, like me, it's gone well, we still need to repurpose and replan to keep that motivation to continue on for the next 4 weeks. It's very easy to think, I've reached my goal, let's take the foot off the gas and make it all go to rack and ruin. That's not going to happen. If it hasn't gone as well as it has done, you know, I'm keeping a track of my facts and my figures and my eating habits. You know, if it hasn't gone as well, I'll be looking at why. Looking at me exercising, looking at what I'm doing, looking at the foods I'm eating, reassess, reanalyze, and then now is the perfect time to replan and make the second half of this challenge even better than the first. So if it's not gone so well for you guys in the first half, now is the time to replan and get that motivation back up and see if you can have a very good second half. So what about my plans for the second half? Well, I don't want to go too much lighter than this in terms of actual weight. I'm looking at myself in the mirror and you know, people's comments and whatnot. I'm actually where I need to be. My goal was 12 stone 10 for a reason, because I thought that's where I would be, where it's a healthy weight without going too thin. 12 stone 8, I'm thinking, now that I still look at myself and reassess, would be the very minimum. So ideally I don't want to be losing too much more, a pound more at most. So what I've done is I have repurposed my FitnessPal to only lose half a pound a week, rather than currently it was set for £1.50 a week. So it's increased my daily intake, or my daily net calorie target, from 1790 to 2000. So I'm now allowed to net 2000 calories. Not only that, but the second half of the challenge, I'm going on to the second set of Insanity discs, which are more intense than the first. So I'm going to be burning off more calories. So that will also give me an extra surplus of calories to work with. So I'm not going to be surprised if I actually end up with about 300 to 350 more calories that I'm allowed to have now compared to the previous 4 weeks. Now, you would think straight away there, well, that's great, extra calories, more food, marvellous. But the temptation would be to eat the wrong foods, to pad that out with the wrong things, you know, more unhealthy things. Oh, I can have some more chocolates, I can have some more crisps. Those extra surplus calories need to be spent wisely. Now I'm going to be switching from cardio, pure cardio really, and stripping away the weight and the fat, and I'm going to be turning now to a bit more toning. So I'm going to be doing a bit more resistance work again, so I'm going to be picking more of the resistance based exercises from the Insanity workout regime. And I've also got a workout that utilises some dumbbells, which you might just be able to see in the bottom corner down there on the bookshelf, to do a little bit of resistance work, to try and build up the upper toning of the upper body, do some core work as well. My legs are fine, because I do a lot of football anyway, so my legs are fine, but it's just the upper body. I just want a bit more toning now, so I'm going to switch from pure cardio to a bit more resistance based work. So those surplus calories that I've got, I'm going to be very careful with them. First of all, it's going to be a challenge to eat that a bit more, because I'm quite used to this current calorie intake. I don't think I've been sort of limiting myself too much. So to eat an extra 300 calories per day actually is probably going to be more difficult than it sounds if you're going to keep it healthy. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to supplement a couple of extra snacks in the day where I eat protein-based healthy snacks. So I've got a few ideas in mind for some different dishes that I'm going to supplement into my regime to boost those calories up in a healthy manner, including things such as Greek yogurt with a tiny little bit of honey for sweetness there, and some fruit, or maybe some granola thrown in, or maybe some peanut butter thrown in, for a few different Greek yogurt varieties. Chicken bites, chicken breast bites with a variety of different toppings. I make my own Cajun spiced seasoning with a variety of different herbs and spices. One day I can have Cajun spiced chicken bites. Another day I might have my pesto chicken bites, where I make my own pesto with pine nuts, olive oil, spinach, basil and coriander for a bit of my own take on pesto. Have some pesto chicken bites. I also make another set of chicken bites, or I'm going to be making another set of chicken bites with a sort of a peanut butter satay style marinade, which is peanut butter, soy sauce, spring onions and garlic. Mix that all up, a bit of water to thin it out, and then coat your chicken breast in that. So different styles of chicken bites, and they're a nice healthy snack to have with your cup of tea in the morning, for instance. Cottage cheese is also quite another good power food, so I'm going to be putting some more cottage cheese into my diet, again mainly with snacks. Maybe spice it up with a bit of peri-peri seasoning, so some peri-peri cottage cheese with some celery. Just another idea there. And you know, eggs. I already make my egg medley. I'll continue with that, and I've also got some whey protein as well. If I'm having a low protein day, I can throw in some protein powder into either a shake, or even put your protein powder into your yogurt. Another little one that I'm going to also do for breakfast some mornings, just to pad out a little bit, is I'm going to make some protein pancakes. So you can make the usual pancake mix, throw some peanut butter in there, and also a scoop of whey powder as well. and make a bit of a protein-rich pancake mixture. So I've got a few different ideas for some high-protein snacks that are healthy to pad out this extra 300 calories that I've now suddenly found myself in possession of. So I don't want to fall into temptation of filling those calories with crap, because it's going to defeat the purpose. So my plan going forward now for the next 4 weeks, my goal is to be 12 stone 8, to be better toned, and to continue on the same lines. So no more than 5 red days across the next 4 weeks, to keep up the same level of exercise, and at the end of it all, to see what happens. Let me know what your second half goals are, and I'm always eager to hear how things are panning out for you guys. So there you go, that is the end of the first half of this challenge in review, and we're just coming in at the 20-minute mark, which is I think quite good for me. So yes, the next session of this may come in a couple of days, just so I can update you with how the new week, the new goal is coming along. How am I finding padding out my diet with extra calories? Is it difficult? Is it easy? Am I filling it with crap? How are the new exercises going? They're more intense. Am I struggling? I'll let you know on Wednesday. Anyway, for now, see you soon.